wash our knees.
Yeah, right.
We'll go out there and have a look and see what's going on, and then we'll go to bed because we'll go out early tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Okay, man. Well, listen, everybody's going to go.
Yeah,
Rick
don't forget to
says,
bring some, goodies and things to eat as well.
all those nice things to take care of your head and
Yeah,
make a big
get
party.
everything, and keep warm, and it's not going to be very cold, but, I don't know what time sunset we're going to go on around, and then after that, where it's up to, everyone to do whatever they want, so if they're going to stay after that, it's going to be cool. Everyone knows it's going to be a bit cool, so bring a bag for you and your lady.
Yeah, right, and a great big pipe. Okay, man, thanks a lot for calling. And listen, after you guys go out there, if you want to get in touch with us again and tell us, what it looks like.
What's going on? I will do if you like.
Sure, love to.
I'll get back and I'll tell you what's going on to all the people that are still up at that time.
Okay, out of sight.
And don't forget just to keep telling everyone it's not off, man, it's on.
Well, there's an incredible thing, you probably don't know about it, but there's an incredible amount of switchboards. There's one almost in every city around the bay with, people calling with rides to go and people calling needing rides. And there's buses, there's 20 or 30 buses coming from the city, and that's incredible, man. It's incredible. I can't, the vibes and the energy is so much,
yeah, I know,
so powerful.
I've just been, well, that's real, I've never even spent a night in San Francisco, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, groovy. Okay, well listen, give us a call when you come back.
Well, I'll give you a call and I'll tell you what's going on at that madhouse up there.
Okay, take it easy, man. Thanks a lot. Incredible, man. Alright. Hey, this is Richard on KSAN Metro Media Stereo 95 in San Francisco and Oakland. And the night's been a bummer, but that was a gas. Mick Jagger, he just got into town about a half an hour ago.
December 6th, 1969. It's about 2:30 in the morning, and we're just on the outskirts of a racetrack. What's the name of this racetrack, Pete? Oh, what the hell? We'll find out later on. I heard on KSAN radio that the Rolling Stones would be up here about this time, just scoping the area, and then they're going to go back and hit the sack. Right now, I'd estimate there's about 500 cars here, maybe 2,000 to 4,000 people right now, just in this good square mile. And you hear drums in the background and people rocking out. There's a multitude of fires all over the place. Every once in a while people start war whooping just to keep warm or just to have some sort of a get-together of an enjoyment of this evening. It's about I'd estimate 40 degrees right now. Nice cool wind. And see, everything seems to be pretty quiet for the most part. A lot of people are sacking out, but most people are staying up, to use that term very loosely, of course. Everybody's up at this point, I'm sure. The herbs are in the air. Outstanding. Wish I had more food. And of course, that red stuff made from grapes, right, Pete? Good old vino, our friend wine. There's a barbed wire fence that's keeping everyone out of the racetrack. The racetrack is an asphalt track, not a dirt track as I thought it might be. There are cleat lights around the racetrack for night racing, I imagine. And there's a lot of big trucks and buses assembling over across the track there. Probably has all the equipment. On the way up, we had to walk about a mile, I guess, from our car under the freeway, Highway 50. And on the way up, we saw some sort of PG&E workers or television cable layers setting up the television cables, or at least connecting them to the power lines to have a little power for KQED, who I understand are going to film this fiasco. And I guess the majority of people will be arriving in the later a.m., like 7 or 8 or 9 a.m. I'll be pretty crowded by then. It's getting a little colder, too. Let me bring the degrees down to about 38, folks. I can see this steam coming from my mouth as I speak these words. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of cars that moved into this area. Well, we figured we better park our car as soon as possible, not knowing the area at all. And I saw a few cars being towed out as we were walking on the road into this area. God, it's getting cold. 2:30, December 6th. Tune you in later. Here it is now, almost 6 a.m. and we are freezing, folks, to say the least. Could be close to 30 degrees right now, I'm say. Everybody's still up, and can't seem to get warm for some reason. More and more people, of course, are coming in by the minute, and everybody's got their radio stations tuned to the same station. Campfires are starting to be built up again, and I wish I was warmer than I am now. Ooh, come on, sun, show your bod. 6 a.m. and everybody's sitting down in front of the gate, waiting for the police officer to open the gate so we can stampede and fall on each other, trying to get to some place that we don't even know because there's no bandstand set up as yet. So everybody just sitting around waiting, yelling and screaming, just waiting. Tune in later. It seems to be that there's a slight problem in the fact that we can't get up by the bandstand. So they're trying to hold us back as we listen to Moog Synthesizers. Outstanding sound. We're supposed to wait till the sun comes up before we can go to the bandstand. People are... You never know, maybe some guy proposing right now. I can't see what the difference is if we go down there now, if we go down there later.
We'll get up on a bandstand. There's many people, you can't tell.
We finally made it to the front of the stage area, and there's quite a arrangement of speaker systems and lights, control panels and such, all erected on top of construction structures, I guess. I don't know what the word is. It's like painters use by buildings. A little erector set action. Not too close for taking pictures at this time, but we figure to hear good undistorted sound, it'd be better to be this far back from the stage. We're approximately, what would you say, Pete, as far as the distance from the stage we are right now? About 100 feet? More than that, huh? Maybe about 100 yards. That's about a 100-yard dash or more.
Oh, 75.
All right, 75 to 100 yards. That's about close enough. People are just sitting all over the hills, man. They're coming from behind us and in front of us. I don't even know how many are behind us, but I would estimate about 3,000 so far.
I'd say more than that.
More than 3,000?
Definitely.
You can't really tell, I guess. You have to kind of...
One block of 10 people is about like that.
Yeah. Well, it's building anyway. We're going to get up there around 100,000 before noon. I'm pretty sure on that. Things are getting crowded. I couldn't believe it. Them holding us back when there's people here in front of the stage that spent the night here, man. It's unbelievable. By the looks of the setups that aren't finished, I would say that it's going to be a good 2 or 3 or 4 hours even before anything gets underway. Some dude back there is behind us is throwing free tabs of acid around. People are standing around him like a bunch of fish or seals waiting for their food or something. Right, and he's yelling, if a narc steps on me, we'll step on him. Outstanding. Crowd is definitely picking up. Covering the hills, you can hardly even see the grass right now. Probably throughout the day you won't be able to see it again.
Well, mostly it's not good enough. That's the way Brand A A little more, sir. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. Sort of like the United Front. They keep on coming back.
All right. You hear what he just said? He said, sort of like the United Front, we keep on coming back, you know, taking the dirt. There's a man inclined to put dirt on cables. As a lot of laughs, covering the dirt up, covering the cables up with dirt. The shovels, so I guess, a possible chance of electrocution or something. I don't know.
We're trying to put up on top of the towers around which you're sitting very heavy equipment. This equipment, if it should fall from the towers, is liable to do a considerable amount of damage. Now, we must ask people to cooperate because we have to run leads across the whole of this central area. We have to have the crane, which at the moment is easing its way through the crowd. We have to have complete freedom for that crane to move. The more people who are in the way, the slower we work and the slower we can get this thing off the ground. Now, could we ask everyone to cooperate? And could we ask, first of all, that the people who are on the extreme right-hand side of the stage, in front of the tower, that's between that small, slender tower and the stage, please, can you move back right behind the tower? Can you all get up, please, and move back behind the tower? You're in the way. The second thing is that all of the people who are standing at the foot of the rise that goes up to the racetrack, you are standing on a road along which all of the equipment of all of the bands who are going to play today must pass. It's imperative to us that we have that road clear because if anybody is injured or hurt, we can't get them out. We need to drive them up that road. Could we ask everyone please to keep the road clear so we can get equipment through? Could we also ask, and I'm sorry about all these requests, but could we also ask that people in the backstage area, everyone who's backstage who hasn't got a job, and there's a lot of people behind the stage standing around, please come round to the front of the stage. We've got the whole of the backstage area left for the people who are working. Can you come round to the front of the stage, please?
Smoke back.
Finally, I'd like to announce that we tried to get as many of the radios as possible to tell you this concert was not projected to start until at least 11 o'clock because of the amount of work involved and because we could only start at 4 o'clock yesterday. This means that you have a long wait, I'm afraid, and I would earnestly suggest that the people who are now in the front and everybody else just goes and has a wander for a couple of hours in this countryside because there won't be anything happening until such time as we can really get it together and the standard is good enough. Thanks for your cooperation. Can you try and clear the road, please, which is still completely blocked because no one has moved. Behind you, if you like to look round, there's about 700-800 acres of open hillside which you can go to. There's no reason why everyone should be cramped up. Everyone will be able to hear the sounds and be able to see. So could we finally please clear the road?
It's now 8:30, and just heard on the radio that people that are trying to come to the festival. There's a balloon rising right now, heading up into the sky. N11997 license number. Two guys heading on up with a little fire and flame. Outstanding. That's what I call a good spot to watch a show from. Anyway, it's 8:30 and the guy on the radio said that people are trying to come now. Forget it. They're not going to make it. I can believe it, man. I can't believe a crowd here. I can't even see far back enough to see how many people are going back.
Right sheet or anything like that, if you could send it through, we only want a couple for this baby, we'd be very grateful. Thank you.
The guy just announced that some young lady's going to give birth to a baby any minute now. They announced requests for clean sheets and towels.
To awaits you. Could you get to it, please? It's lonely. Mark Shelto, helicopter pilot.
Took less than about 30 seconds to get too many diapers and towels for the birth of that baby.
Chris Williams. Chris Williams, who is a diabetic, to come to the side of the stage. We've got his stuff here for him. Chris Williams, do come to us, please. I'm still getting diapers. Please don't send them. We don't need them anymore. The Rolling Stones who brought them in last night has run out of petrol and he can't get his car out. If anyone has 4 or 5 gallons of petrol which they can spare, could they bring it up to the stage and we can get him out so that he can go and collect the group? The other thing was, in the front here for a while people were prepared to sort of accept the idea that we should have a no man's land in which the production crew could continue to work. Well, we seem to have lost that. If everyone could go back behind the strings, please, that surround the stage, particularly all these people down here. None of you are working on the construction of the stage or the sound system. You could help us best by leaving the area. So could you please leave and go right back behind the strings, up there, please. You'll be able to see better as well. Lost, or they're looking for someone who they can't find. Now, if you're lost and you don't know what's happening to you, you can go to one or two places. If you're having a really bad trip, we have a nice sort of cool and gentle place for everybody who is into that thing to go to and relax and just to work it all out, which is around the corner, up the path that you so generously kept clear, and around the corner there's a large green tent, and just beside that there's a small tent by the first aid post there. So if you're having any bad troubles and you want to sort it out, they'll try and give you as much sympathetic help as possible. Now, if you're lost or if you're looking for somebody who you can't find, can everybody please not come to the stage but go to the very large orange tent that is on the horizon, as it were, just behind this tower. There is a large orange tent like an igloo. If you've lost your baby or your mother or your wife or whoever, go and look for her there. She's not sitting on the stage, I can assure you. So if everyone could do that, we'd be very grateful. If you are a child and you're lost, then your parents or whoever's looking after you will come and look for you in the lost children department, quite logically. And the lost children's area is behind the stage, walking down the path that you can't see. Behind the stage you'll see a large sign up saying lost children. If you are a diabetic and somebody else is holding your medicine for you and you cannot find them, then go to the Red Cross tents, the medical tents, and they will be able to help you. They have equipment to deal with this. We need the representative of the telephone company, Pacific Telephones, to the company, to the stage, please, as soon as possible, because at the moment we're having some trouble with our telephones. We'd like to announce, to avoid laying all sorts of completely meaningless bummers on the whole audience, that we are not going to announce any private personal messages whatsoever unless they're of a really serious nature, simply because we can spend the whole afternoon, instead of listening to music, listening to ridiculous messages about Valerie, come and meet George. If you're lost, don't worry, you're in good hands, there's lots of nice people around you. Pinch a tit or something. Thanks. No. Yeah. We hope to start fairly shortly the thing that we all came to be with, to see, to hear. And if we're going to start music here, we'd like to start it clean, we'd like to start it pure. Now, the people that are hanging on that scaffolding are in imminent danger of being crushed or bashed on the head by what's called a super trooper, and that weighs a formidable number of pounds. 3 of them are above your head. You're rendering that scaffold unsafe by climbing on it. The people underneath, I suggest that you scream up at them, and if they won't come off, then I would suggest any other form of persuasion ought to be used. Those scaffoldings are not strong, they're not built to take very heavy weights, and you are definitely making them unsafe by climbing really on them. Talker, you know? So if we could have some sort of reason, whatever that might be, we'd be very pleased. Thanks for getting down. Please don't get up there again. An aeroplane, before they go on this stage, have to hang about and hustle because we haven't got their stuff. Now, can people please cooperate and please try and keep that road clear?
Whoa!
A rather harassed medic, if that's what I could call him, smiles at me and says, "Sam, your next kid is an hour away." We're having children all over the place today. It seems to be that kind of a day. As soon as the ladies who are going through their trip have gone through it and produced the fruits of their labours, we'll let you know whether it was boy or girl or whatever. Can I make a few quick explanations for everybody here, which are quite important? As you know, the people who were organising this concert, who were people from San Francisco in conjunction with people from the Stones, and everybody who was organising it and working on it, had to suffer a sort of change of site thing, and we came to this new site and we managed to get it together in time, etc. This new site has been donated free of charge to us, and it's not costing us anything, which is very nice. Yay! And somewhere on the periphery of the crowd, there's a little man selling hot dogs for 45 cents and selling Coca-Colas for 15 cents or whatever it is. I can't remember the prices. Anyway, we were specifically asked to allow these concessions on the outside of the crowd. In fact, you wouldn't be able to see them from here. They're miles away over there. And we said yes, because we needed a site, because maybe people like Coca-Cola, I don't know. Anyway, people apparently are harassing the little man who's selling his Coca-Cola. If you don't like Coca-Cola, it would be nice if you could leave him alone. Those people who want to buy it will no doubt go and buy it. Everybody else should ignore him, I think. He's getting rather upset, and we can't have the Coca-Cola man upset. We'll kick off in a few moments, and there are a few more general pieces of information that we'd like to give to you. One is, anybody who's having a bad trip on acid or mescaline, anything like that, backstage, that's down this side road, at the back of the stage there is a Red Cross centre with very cool people there, very nice, quiet people to deal with that kind of a situation. So if you feel you can't make the main tent, which is miles away, this might be a bit nearer. Could I again plead with the people who are around the stage that we've managed to keep the front free after an amazing amount of effort and a waste of effort, because it's not very productive just to ask people to move all the time. The back of the stage is completely chopped up with people. We can't move even if we wanted to. Now, rather than us yet again having to come round and ask each person individually to move, perhaps you feel you could cooperate and kindly move away from the stage. We'd be very grateful if you could. If you ever sit on the roof of an English car, it's so well made that it doesn't dent. If you sit on the roof of a Volkswagen or an American car, you're liable to go straight through it. Don't ask me why. All the people, and there's about 30 of them, who are sitting on the top of that Volkswagen over there, I think it's a Volkswagen, please get off it. The owner is on his knees by the side of the stage in tears because he feels that it will be crunched. Could you get off it, please? Would be nice. It's not designed for people. Designed to stop rain, not boots. Could you get off it, please?
Story for everybody, I guess. That guy's
Towards San Francisco and Oakland, traffic is backed up literally for miles and miles. My best estimate would be 10 to 12 miles. And the people who are at the end of that line probably won't get there for at least 2 or 3 hours, but there's plenty of room, we understand, at Altamont, and so they will be able to get in and see the show. We don't have any direct word yet whether or not the Stones have landed in San Francisco, but our best guess is that they have, and if they haven't, they will be landing within a very short time. We'll be getting back to you with more reports. This is Joe Terry over Highway 50.
Henry Cabot Lodge flew.
In fact, it's a gas. The Stones concert, December 6th, man. We're here. Pete Taylor and George Feist. Outstanding crowd. The radio said they estimated 200,000. And as you heard, the mileage of cars is unbelievable. 15 miles backed up, they say. At least 10 to 15. Oh, my God. From the looks of one member who looks familiar from the time Pete and I went to the Fillmore for a concert, Santana is going to be our first group of the day. What time is it, Pete?
20 past 11.
Outstanding. It should be starting probably in about 15 minutes. Looks like they have just about everything set up. For the last 2 hours, coming over the hill to our left, which is the left of the stage, there have been a good 100 people in vision every minute. I'd just say about 100 people. Would you say, Pete? About 100 people every minute, say from one point of the mountain till they go out of sight from us?
Yeah, something like that.
The last hour or two, man, they've just been coming over that hill. Unbelievable. What's happening now, if you hear it in the background, is a lot of people are throwing things at each other. The hill people against the ground people. Food, toilet paper rolls, rocks, frisbees. I've seen everything but a Prophylactic. Probably in the crowd somewhere. That's called a quack, otherwise known as duck. All sorts of stuff. All that toilet paper flying. A lot of people are going to be wishing they hadn't done that. Technician just got hit with a frisbee.
What they throw up there, everybody just throws it back.
All over the place. Toilet paper rolls flying. Peace, peace, peace. Look at all the peace